Well guys, DTF has taken the garment decorating industry by storm, and rightfully so. It's made a lot of people a bunch of money. But don't say I didn't tell you so, because I've always talked about it. Houston, we have a problem.
I'm in the studio printing up some DTFs. I know I might look crazy right now, guys, but I'm just trying to help y'all out. Protect yourselves when using these things, man. Eye protection, because the fumes can get in your eyes. Respirator, because the fumes can get in your lungs. Air purifier, filter, with the window open. You need all of that, guys. And don't even hang out around here while your stuff is printing and going through the dryer. You need all that. I don't care what anybody says. You need all that. I'm just trying to help y'all out. I'm just trying to protect y'all.
I have what's called Anaplastic Cancer. It is from DTF. It is not a hereditary cancer. It is attacking me very aggressively. And if I do nothing, I've been given, about 6 months, which was about a month ago. So this cancer that has hit me is a lot like the cancer that hits people with asbestos or mesothelioma. We've been able to assess where my cancer has come from, and it has come from the powder in DTF. Many people are making the mistake that I was making, and I'll go into this. We think in our mind, first of all, that the DTF, can be toxic when you're heating it, but that's not so much the case. The danger of the powder is when it gets airborne.
I'm speechless, I'm so speechless, and at times I'm so mad that even though in the back of my mind I knew that the DTF powder could cause cancer, and I didn't take it serious enough. I thought in my mind, no way, not me,
I'm gonna leave a link to Brother Ernest's video in the description of this video so you guys can watch the whole thing if you so choose. But this is serious, guys. This is serious. And Brother Ernest, if you ever watch this video, you are in my prayers, and I hope somehow you're able to make a full recovery. But this is just a warning to all of us, and a huge wake-up call as to what I've been talking about for a while now, on how this is new technology. There's no FDA approval that has to go through for companies to release this stuff. They're just making a bunch of money, and we don't know the harm that this stuff is causing us. It's serious, guys. I know this is also going to cause a serious stir in the industry, and a lot of businesses are going to face some probably repercussions as far as whether they continue to produce DTFs or continue to offer it in the way that they do. Even the companies that sell these machines, they're going to be impacted. So it's like, one thing I am taking away from this is, whenever something is really, really good and really, really easy to produce, it's almost like things that are too good to be true are exactly that, too good to be true. And DTF is kind of like one of those things, right? If it's like fast money, if it's easy money, it normally comes with some type of risk. And DTF, when producing DTFs, it's a high risk thing, which also makes me want to go into this point. Why are people significantly reducing how much they're charging people for producing DTF prints if it's so harmful to you? You're taking higher risks, and the more you reduce the price, the lower the reward is, which ultimately makes it not worth doing. It's tough. It's tough. It's just a one vicious cycle, and at the end of the day, it's toxic. And if you don't have the proper equipment, if you're not willing to take the proper precautions, you're putting yourself in a lot of risk. So, what have I done? What are my plans since I have this big commercial DTF printer behind me, and what do I advise you guys to do? Well, I advise you guys to do exactly what I've been advising you guys to do. Make sure you protect yourself while using DTF printers. Make sure you get a respirator. Make sure you even go the further extra mile and put on protective equipment. Me, I'm going all out. I'm going all out. This morning, I'm going to show you what I did. So this is the deal. It's one thing to speculate and think that you could be harming yourself and think that something could have the potential to give you cancer, but it's a whole entirely different thing to actually know that it will. So, what's my solution? This morning I went out and I got myself a full suit. Whenever I do DTF on my DTF days, I'm gonna take off my clothes, put on this full suit, put on gloves, and put on these protective goggles with no openings and no holes so the stuff does not get into my eyes, guys. And it's serious. And I'm gonna do that every time I print DTFs from moving forward. And I'm gonna use wet wipes to wipe down around my printer, because right now I can tell you my printer, I don't know how it got there, which further proves his point that the particles, the powder gets airborne. I have powder all over the top of my DTF printer. I didn't put it there. I have powder all over the oven. I didn't put it there. The stuff does get airborne, and when it gets airborne, you're breathing it, it's going into your eyes, it's going into your ears. You have no control over the small, fine powder, all right? So make sure you're protecting your eyes. And in this case, I'm gonna be protecting my ears and my whole face, and I'm gonna be protecting my hands every time I use this machine moving forward. I'm gonna get some wet ones and wipe off my DTF printer so all the particles and stuff like that that's sitting on it, I can wipe them away and throw them away at the end of the day. And I'm also going to go a step further, and I'm going to build myself a not a ventilation system, but a fan system, particle system that I turn on while I'm operating my printer, so all those particles in the air can get sucked into the system, and all the white powder that's in the air can I can have something to combat that moving forward. But today I do have some prints to print out, and this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put on my suit. I'm going to put on my goggles. I'm going to put on my gloves, and I'm going to get the printing. I already have a air purifier in the back. I'm going to move that from the back here to next to the DTF printer. And like I said, today I don't have my system built yet, but I'm going to use my protective equipment to make sure I'm protecting myself. And I advise everybody that gets into DTF to follow suit and protect yourself. A lot of you guys are doing things in the house, and if you're doing it in the house, I would suggest that you move it to the garage. If you don't have a garage, I would recommend that you put it in your spare bedroom next to a window, and you also have this protective equipment with your door closed because you don't want your family getting exposed to those powders. This is a weird scenario, and it's like, I know some of you guys are thinking, well, that's a lot. Should I even get into it? Should I even do it? All I'm gonna say is you have to decide for yourself if it's worth it. You have to decide for yourself if you want to just buy transfers, because that's the safest thing to do. You can buy transfers from me, because I thought about it last night, and my initial thought was, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing DTF anymore. But then I thought about it, and I worked on the railroad for over 20 years, and I breathed diesel fumes with no nose equipment, no air equipment, nothing. I breathed diesel fumes for years. So put it like this. Without risk, there's no reward. And there's many different industries where people expose themselves to chemicals on a daily basis. And that's the core reason why they get paid a certain amount of money at their job, because you're putting yourself in line, putting yourself in harm's way. I've been in the military before, and I'm not saying that I'm tough or anything. All I'm saying is that in different industries, and even if not in different industries, even on a day-to-day basis, we expose to ourselves to things that we don't even know we're exposing ourselves to. So sometimes you just gotta, you know, decide what it is that you want to do. And if you decide to go that route, you have to make sure that you protect yourself accordingly to the best of your ability, so that in the event that something happens to you, you know that you did the best you could, right? The alternative is to just not do it altogether. But like I said, you know, we're outside being exposed to secondhand smoke. Most of our food in the grocery stores are toxic. So it's like, it's one of these things where you can't avoid certain types of, you know, the C word, I don't want to say it on here, cancer. You can't avoid certain types, but like, if you know better, you got to do better. So I advise you guys, now that you know better, to do better. And the machines are expensive, but the PPE is not that expensive at all. So if you're going to do it, make sure you guys are wearing the right PPE, protective equipment for yourself, all right? And for your family. Make sure you're venting properly. Make sure you have the proper filtration systems, ventilators. Make sure you have respirators you're wearing. Make sure you have your coverall, your gloves, your eye protection, so the particles of the powder don't get into your eyes. All that stuff. And if you're not gonna have all this stuff, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just buy your transfer from me. All right, I got you. So, guys, that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you're careful out there. I promoted this stuff to you guys, but all along the way, I have been telling you guys this stuff is toxic. It's new, and I felt it in my system before, especially when I had the Prestige A3+R. This one, not so much, because it vents a little bit differently, and it's you're not exposed to the fumes and stuff as much. But the powder, it gets airborne when you pour it out. When you pour out powder, what happens? It goes into the air. You can't see it. You can't control it, right? So it's like, it's one of those things where you can't control, but the only thing you can do is protect yourself, and protect your eyes, and protect your ears, and protect all areas that it can get into, you know, and wipe your face off at the end of the day. Just do the best you can to protect yourself. But I want you guys to chime in the comment section and let me know if this has discouraged you. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what you think, how you think it's going to impact the industry. And go over to Brother Ernest's channel and give him some words of encouragement in the comment section, because he said people have been being mean to him and saying stuff like he deserves it and stuff like that. But, you know, he was one of the pioneers in the game that started doing DTF before everybody, before a lot of these huge companies were doing it. So it's like, you know, he was the person that put himself out there to test this stuff for us. And, you know, as sad as it is that he's sick now, I commend him for coming forward and warning us, giving us this warning, so that we can proceed with caution and we know exactly what we're getting ourselves into, rather than there to be big question mark and just me thinking like, hey, I know this stuff is toxic. I'm thinking you can probably get cancer from this stuff. Can you? You know what I mean? And we're protecting ourselves, but to what extent should we? And sometimes if it's not confirmed, you get kind of lax. So I commend Brother Ernest, and he's saving a lot of lives and making people aware of this stuff. And this is gonna open the eyes to these companies that sell these machines, and so that they can maybe offer it different ways and encourage people more to get protective equipment, so that they're protecting themselves while using their products. So that's all I got for you guys today. I promote this stuff, so I got to promote the good and the bad and tell you guys exactly what it is you're getting into, because above your business, above, you know, being successful, above getting clients, above, you know, printing out big orders, above everything, above everything comes yourself, your safety, and your family's safety. Above all this stuff comes your safety, all right? So this was important. This is probably one of the most important videos that I've done on my channel. So share the video out, make people aware, and my affiliate link. Yes, I have put an affiliate link for Amazon of where you guys can get this stuff is down in the description below. Also, my Amazon affiliate link. You can buy this stuff on Amazon. There's a 5-pack for like $35.99 or something like that. So that's very, very inexpensive. You can buy one of these from Home Depot for I think 16 bucks. Total, I spent like maybe 30 bucks for this with the eyewear, the heavy duty gloves, and this one pack right here. Total maybe $27, something like that. But it's pennies just to protect yourself, all right? So make sure you're protecting yourself. That's all I got. Talk to you guys on the next video. Be safe out there. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?